fired at me as opposed to real bullets. But
And we are back. And we are back. We're just talking about fighting in the trenches there, waiting for Chugga to come through the door.
Was I late?
You were. You were very late, but we'll forgive you. Guys, please check your ammo. So you make sure that you've knocked things off from the last round.
Mm-hmm.
Chugga, how much does Phase's... Is it 3 bullets for Phase's semi-automatic burst?
Semi-automatic burst is 3 bullets, yes.
Cool.
Are you keeping track of my ammo?
Sorry again?
Are you keeping track of my ammo?
I've actually employed an assistant.
Excellent.
He's actually stood there, and he just keeps notes all the time. And then he suddenly says to me, "Phase is out of ammo." I go, "Phase, you're out of ammo."
Did he say that when I had to reload? That's a nice water bottle. Is it new?
It's new, yeah, but there's a major design flaw.
Oh.
Because when
There's no stopper.
When it's closed like that, the water still drips out of that if it's upside down, so you must have it up the right way. But I normally keep it up the right way, so that's absolutely fine. Okay, so guys, what do we wish to do?
Phase is going to go over to where Rupert is, and he's going to try to pick him up again in his fireman's lift.
You notice that his stitches is or the seal from the tracker extraction is leaking a bit. There's a bit of blood coming out of it, not a huge amount. It's not gushing.
Will the first aid, will the med kit be able to do anything about that? Or
Maybe. If
it's got supplies in it.
Maybe you could have a go.
Right, so I'm going to say to the other two, we need a couple of minutes just to get this guy sorted, and
I
sort of
was going to say,
nod down to Rupert.
Hector's going to say that's all right. He's going to put his knuckle duster back in his waistcoat pocket. He's going to get out his jammed taser and try and unjam it.
Yeah, it just seems to be just jammed. The actual dart is jammed in the cylinder. You don't know why it actually did it because, you know, you keep your guns really up to date and really clean and everything. And even when you look at the barrel, there was nothing actually in there to stop the dart going in. There wasn't as if there was a chunk of plastic or a bit of dirt or a bit of poo in there or anything like that. It was totally clear. It was just as if the dart just stopped for some unknown reason.
Hector's going to muster respect. Damn stupid mumbo jumboing and.
What's the perception roll for Phase? Oh no. Do you want to do your first aid roll?
Yeah. What modifiers am I? I'm going to use. I'm going to have. It's the wireless is going to be activated.
Yeah.
I take it. I'm not in the best of conditions.
No, correct. So let me just look at what we can have for that. I think you're at -2. No, sorry, -3 because it's almost like a swamp down here.
Okay, so by having the the med kit's wireless enable, that's going to cancel that off. So
yeah, cool.
I'm just rolling 8 dice.
Yeah,
I succeeded in a first aid skill.
Yeah, it starts to sort of like knit it together.
No, I don't. Oh.
It starts to knit it together and stops the bleeding, but it's sort of like it knits it together. It stops the bleeding, but as soon as it stops the bleeding, that's it. Your med kit actually fails and just sort of like stops or turns itself off.
Is he still unconscious?
He is, but it's as if he knew it was bleeding and has allowed you to heal it, but not do any more.
I didn't have any problems with my smart gun systems when
no
scary little girl was about.
No.
Okay, so once I've mended him up as best I can, I'm going to stick my my med kit away, and I'm going to carefully try to get him up into another fireman's lift position so that hopefully without opening his wound again. And then I'm going to head off down the I'm going to put my gun away and I'm going to head off down the corridor.
Cool. What about Billy Bob and Hector? What are you guys doing?
Once Hector's got his taser unjammed and has reassured himself that it's actually working, he's going to holster it and follow Faze at a few, like about 1.5 meters distance.
Cool. What about you, Billy Bob?
Billy Bob's gonna catch flies. Billy Bob's gonna holster his weapon after flies, and like trail after him.
Okay, so just move yourself. Yeah, brilliant, excellent. So you sort of like head through this. Faze, can you roll your South End shortcut roll for me, please?
I was going to say, is there anything on the walls like?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to use your shortcut roll
Yeah.
for.
Well, I didn't know whether or not I could bring up anything on AR, you know, and sort of like service hatch so and so or whatever.
Yeah, with that and your AR, you notice that about another 10 meters down this sewage tract, there is an access tunnel that you can climb up and pop the hatch and go out into the main world.
Whereabouts does it bring them? Have we done that?
So
or...
hang on, because my roll 20's has died.
Oh no!
Great,
It says you're still in it.
It'll say that I've left.
Oh no, you've gone. Oh,
Yeah.
you're back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, you're back.
Yeah, I've just refreshed it, but now my.
So I'm going to prop Rupert up down the bottom of the ladder, and I'm going to climb up and see whether or not I can get it.
So it
open.
it's about here.
Okay, so I'm going to pop Rupert up at the bottom of it. How?
Right. So hang on. I'm just going to move you over to the. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Map, yeah.
You're actually coming out here.
Where's that?
The blue one.
Yeah. So past Joey's SoCaf
Oh, wow,
Emporium,
okay.
past Sally. So this is quite low down. You've never actually been this low down in Southside before. It's an area that you haven't actually frequented at all. If really and truly you've never been below Sally Sidewinder's place, you've generally kept above that, as you can see from your map. So you're quite away south, and so you have some recollection of this phase from your from the general
Pizza delivery.
Yeah. You have sort of like some general recollection of it, but it's not the place that you would frequent the most. So your skill does still apply down here. And it's quite interesting because once you come out of the pop the hatch, then you notice that there's actually on all your comm links, shows you sort of like go above the top line. There seems to be a whole load of messages from Mr. Johnson. First of all, it's missed calls, and then they're replaced by text messages, one after another. And there's so many of them that your ARs are not actually displaying them anymore. They're just saying 17 messages. 12 missed calls, because there's actually so many there they can't actually fit it all in, so they're just sort of like concertinaed them down into sort of like a list.
Hector would like to open the first and then the last messages out of the 17.
Yeah, okay, then
See what they say.
basically they're all saying the same. There's the first thing it says is it's quite an angry text. And if you listen to the actual the voicemail is exactly the same. Basically, there's a lot of swearing, and he says, "I told you to eliminate them." That's the first thing it says. The second thing is, and then later that the mood changes, and this is sort of like punctuated by swear words. It kept saying things like, "What the effing hell have you got? Get in touch with me as soon as possible."
I'm going to prop Rupert up against a wall, and I'm going to say to Billy Bob, go and buy a bottle of alcohol and bring it back here.
Yeah, there's no sort of like local convenience stores open at this time because it's coming up to about 4 o'clock in the morning, and especially in this area, most of them are sort of like boarded up and chained up, and sort of like with huge amount of steel, as if to say this is a dangerous place.
Hector's going to have a quick glance around and see if there's any sort of like half discarded bottles of alcohol or anything like that. People have got too drunk and just dropped the stuff.
The only thing that's left here is empty bottles and smashed bottles.
Okay,
and that's about it. Nobody leaves alcohol in this district.
I don't suppose there's anything like a taxi service, anything like that to be found anywhere. Is there a subway station going on?
No. Well, you start to look around and you call up a map sim on your AR to try to see what the local thing is and where the local underground might be compared to where you are. And a voice message actually comes in from Mr. Johnson.
Hector will pick that up.
He starts to talk straight away. There's no pause at all. He just says, "When I ask you to do something, do it. Eliminate means eliminate. It does not mean leave them lying around."
How do you mean lying around? We went in and we stopped them.
You stun them. You stun them. I don't like clearing up your mess. When I say eliminate them, eliminate means kill them, wipe them, destroy them, wipe them off the surface of Southside, not put them into a nice rosy sleep waiting for their prince to come along or princess to come along and kiss them and wake them up on one sunny morning.
Nice one, I like that. Hector says in a slight joke to trying to leave the attention.
He says, "This will be your final wage, and money for this job will reflect this. I've had to hire other people to finish your job." And then he sort of like says, there's a pause, and you actually think the comm link is disconnected, but all of a sudden he just says, "So what are you carrying?"
Before Hector replies, he's going to take a quick glance around to see if they're actually visibly alone.
Yeah, roll a perception roll.
Two successes.
You can't see anybody round about. There seems to be you three and Rupert.
Hector's going to say that last place we went to, Pier 51, was empty. There was nobody there to sort, but we found in a container this chap in what we assume is some sort of sleeping machine. Hector doesn't know this sort of thing. In some sort of sleeping machine, which Faye's managed to get into. We got him out. And then we took him to the street docks that we've dealt with in the past.
Faze is going to interrupt and go, "He's a sinless. He's called Rupert Crowther. We need to offload him."
Mr. Johnson sort of like says, Pier 51. He says, what were you doing at Pier 51? Is that where the cultists... that wasn't where the cultists were.
We were following a lead. We found that the cultists, we thought they were part of it. Pier 51 was part of it, which is why we went there.
So what exactly are you carrying, FaZe?
Some that we don't want to be carrying. He's some sinless. He's linked to some bird in a sister or something that we found in the other place where you sent us to get rid of these cultists.
Do you know how many
There's
do you
something
know
weird
how many
about him.
calls I've had? Do you know how many calls I have had about this?
I had to shoot an 8-year-old girl, so you're having a better day than me.
I have no idea what you're carrying, but all I can say to you is that it's worth a handsome packet.
Well, so now you want to be friends.
Every half an hour, I'm getting phone calls saying that people are willing to pay for the cargo. That's what they seem to be calling it, the cargo.
Whose people? What type of people are after him?
Oh, the Tooth Fairy. Do you think they actually give me their names? It's all over the internet. You look on any social media, on the internet, all the time. Significant amount of money being willing to be paid for the cargo. They keep referring to it as a cargo. And when I say significant amounts of money, we're talking hundreds of thousands of credits. It's unbelievable.
For a guy, there's something weird with him.
FaZe, they don't say a guy. They say the cargo. As if it's not human. Hundreds of thousands. For the last website that I was on, chasing leads up with that, the current bid for the cargo was at 900,000 credits. 900,000 credits. What the hell have you got?
Ooh, Daddy Rich.
You need to put us in touch with somebody who does genetics, somebody who does, I don't know, electronics. There's something wrong with this guy.
FaZe, you're far too hot at the moment. And I'm not talking about your.
Well, in which case we need a
good
safe
looks.
house.
I had a joke then.
I know you did, but you're not allowed to do jokes.
I had a really good joke.
Go on, do your joke.
No, I've forgotten it now. You're too hot now, FaZe. And I'm not talking about your usual good looks.
Was that it?
Yeah, I thought it was quite
Oh, right, okay. Well done.
Bellfish.
We need a safe house. We need somewhere that we can lie low for a bit.
Where are you?
I'll give him the general location.
Yeah,
where
you can send an arrow to him, and he'll sort of
Yeah.
like pick it up. And he sort of like says to you, "There's a safe house not far from where you are now." He says, "FaZe, you need to be very careful." He says, "I don't know what you've got, but it is very hot." Indeed. Can you see it?
Yeah. You had to make that indeed last for ages when you drew that. When you drew that.
It was
Right. All right. I'll say we'll keep you in touch. We need time to gather, to
And
sort
next
things
time-
out.
And next time, when I ask you to do a job, do it properly.
I told you before we started, I don't do wet work.
This is going to have. He sort of like sends over some pictures of some people who've obviously had a hand blade shoved through them.
I'll say to him, I take it we still have a working arrangement, as you'll probably want to make some money from this current luggage that we have.
Rupert Crowther, you say?
or are we to find a different?
Rupert Crowther, you say?
Yeah.
I'll be in touch. And he kills the comlink.
I'll have a look at the other two.
We should head to this safe house as soon as we can, and then if we can in the morning, one of us needs to go back to our place, and Billy Bob and I need to tool up. This could get serious.
I don't trust him. There's too much money on the table.
900,000 credits.
900 grand.
That's nearly a
Cashing.
million. That's nearly £1 million for this cargo.
It's either that or run the risk of
And
getting
he was
taxis back to our
going to
place
pay
now.
he was going to pay us 2 grand to kill a whole lot of people. What do you think he's willing to do for 9 grand? 900 grand.
Depends what your relationship is with him.
Not the best at the moment. By the sounds of it.
Depends also whose cargo you've got.
Bishop.
Well, whatever we need to do, we need to move fast. Either we get a taxi back to our place, we'll get a taxi back to the cars at Isa's, or go to the safe house. They're the only options we've got. Or we go to a B&B.
Billy Bob, have you fixed the
I thought you were going to say,
autopilot on
Billy
the
Bob,
car
have you
yet?
farted?
Have you fixed the autopilot on the car yet?
No.
So we
Yeah.
can't even call the car to take us somewhere else.
No.
Didn't know I had autopilot.
Right. I say we find a motel. I mean, he's going to contact us. I say we find a motel close to where the safe house is. We keep the safe house under surveillance to see whether or not he double crosses us.
The only thing I would say about that, just out of interest, is that you're going to have to make some excuse about dragging in Rupert to a motel.
That's fine. We've been on the rise at the Sally Signwiders. We're on our way home. Sorted.
We go down the road that he's drunk.
Yeah.
If we'd had
basically.
some alcohol, we could have covered his clothes. I need weapons.
I need weapons. I've only got half a dozen shots left in my tasers and a knuckle duster.
Okay, so somebody's going to have to go back to the apartment, pick up the any weapons that we have. Hector, that could be your job.
Okay.
Billy Bob, your muscle for the cargo that we have.
Where's your runner's place? Is now right through up next to the.
Yes.
It's going to
So
take
what-
his ages.
So what Hector's going to do in a moment, Hector's going to walk from the Blue Dot to Sally Sidewinders, get a taxi from Sally Sidewinders to the runner's place to get the stuff, and then the same back. Basically, that's what Hector's going to do.
So that's 55 kilometers away.
55 minutes in a car.
No, because you need to, if you're divided by point.
Divide the distance by 0.8.
Yeah, so assuming that you travel at 48 kilometers per hour, it's going to take you about an hour and 10 minutes to get there.
And then you're going to get back. So
Correct.
you're going to be gone for 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours.
Make it three. Make it three by the time I've got into the place, got the stuff,
Yeah.
Search
got,
around.
got some food. Put my guns, put Billy Bob's guns and ammo in a bag, Face's guns in a bag, and head out again. Be about 3 hours.
My gun and my coat will already be in a bag underneath my bed.
Yeah, well, Hector will already know that, but that's what Hector's going to do because we need to tool up to defend this.
No,
Okay.
this is a bad idea.
No, the vehicle's at the docks.
Yeah. The vehicle is
Right, Billy Bob, you go and get the vehicle, drive to the drive to our place, get the gear, and I'll give you the location to get back. Hector, you're going to have to do the talk to get us the room.
Right, hang on a minute, because I just need, because I'm getting lost now. So the actual dock is 30 kilometers away.
No, he's Chuggawugga means Ida's place, because that's where we last parked, isn't it?
No, we drove it to the dock, so the vehicle's parked here.
We came straight from Ida's place.
Yeah, you came straight from Ida's place. It's at, you're right, Hector. It's at Ida's place, so it's 45 kilometers away.
Right.
So where's the van?
At Ida's
Where's the
place.
van? They're both at Ida's, right?
Because if you remember, you drove to Pier 51, and then you put him in the car, and you drove to Ida's place. The actual the van, you don't know where the van is. It could be at Ida's place because Hector said that there was a van there, or it could have been picked up by Mr. Johnson. You don't know.
Okay, no matter what, we can't do anything with Rusty Rosie at the moment because chances are the corpse is going to still have that place on surveillance. That's probably the only lead that they've got going back to us. The other thing that they've got, which they may be able to get, is they may be able to get some of the guy's blood if it's in the thing, and they might be able to do some magic stuff to find him that way. No matter what, you're going to have to go.
Was anybody injured down in the sewer by the cybernetic dogs?
Yes.
Right. So the same could actually be.
Yeah, ritual sorcery. They'd be crushing his heart any second. Are we going to need Hector to talk our way into to get a motel room with Rupert being drunk? Well, we are going to. Billy Bob, you're going to have to. Well, you can either take. No, right. Billy Bob, you're with Hector. I'm going to go back to the apartment. That's what we're going to do.
I will say to you now, I think you have to be very careful what you decide to do. And the
problem is, if there's somebody at the apartment, then we're screwed.
Correct.
But
we're screwed whichever way we go. Right.
And I think that's the price that you pay for carrying a 900,000 credit worth of cargo.
I think we need to keep. I think we should either Hector or Billy Bob back to the place, and then we can keep FaZe there because FaZe can keep an eye out for electronic equipment. So he might be able to find smart gun links and guns and stuff coming towards us.
Right, we're going to have to do this in two parts. The first part that we're going to have to find a motel room that we can. It wants to be somewhere close to the safe house, even on the same, maybe sort of like pretty close to it, so that we can maybe keep an eye on it from a window. I don't know. And then once we've got the people in there, then Hector will go back and get the gear.
And then what?
And then he's going to bring the stuff back to us. In the meantime, me and Billy Bob are going to keep an eye out on the safe house to see whether or not we're double crossed at all. I'm going to check to see what information I can find out on the Matrix regarding this cargo.
Okay, so let's take.
And then we're going to wait for Mr. Johnson, Johnson, to come.
So let's take this one step at a time. So let's just separate it out so we know what we're going to do. First of all, we have to decide whether or not there's a motel near the safe house. Yep. Yeah. So we'll use your knowledge of the sprawl phase for that roll. So if you get 4 successes or above, there's one there. Okay, don't roll that yet.
Okay.
How are you going to pay for the motel?
Hector has silver comlink, silver cred stick that is attached to his fixing. It's on his equipment list.
Is it certified?
It's a I can't remember. It's a cred stick that's it's a silver cred stick. That's what I've got written down. It came straight off the sheets. It didn't say it had to be certified or not.
No, the difference is a certified cred stick is not linked to anything. It just has the money on the cred stick. Or a normal cred, if it's just like a silver cred stick, then it's linked to your account. And the reason I'm saying that to you, if anybody's picked it up already, that would be traceable if it's a link to somebody's account. And that's why I'm asking whether or not it's a certified cred stick, because that would mean that it just has the money on it, and therefore it wouldn't be traceable. Because
I haven't put that down either way.
So it'll just be connected to your bank account. So therefore, you've then got 3 hours. Yeah, did we say backwards and forwards? We got 3 hours. Billy Bob and FaZe, that you're going to be in this motel room. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, waiting for Hector to go back to the apartment. You've also got, so therefore, can you see that the apartment might be looked at already. It might be under surveillance already. It might be that they could trace the motel as well under that 3 hours. And then if Hector comes back from the apartment, what's the plan then?
Well, by that time, we hope that we're going to have some more information. We're going to be a bit better armed to begin with. I'm hopefully going to find out some information on the matrix regarding what we're carrying.
Okay.
And maybe we'll find out whether or not we're being double crossed by Two Troll to see whether or not anything happens with the safe house if we've got it under surveillance. And finally, Two Troll Johnson might contact us to say.
So basically, you do the waiting game then.
We're waiting to see how things pan out. It's a bit hot at the moment for us to actually be out on the streets.
Okay then. So let's.
I don't know about everybody else, but I have one bullet.
Hector's got about 12 or 13 tasers, and that's it.
I got 15 in the
15 clips.
Yeah.
Billy Bob, before Hector goes, has Billy Bob got any lethal weapons or ammo in his place?
No, they've all been taken.
In that case, Hector will lend you one of his pistols and some ammo, lethal ammo for that. So
Have you got your pistols with you?
No, when he gets back.
Right, okay.
Lend you.
Right.
Okay.
Right, so that's going to be the plan unless something goes wrong, and in which case, which is going to go wrong first thing because I'm going to be making a dice roll.
Yeah.
Can Hector assist on that?
Do you have a street sprawl skill?
Hector has street knowledge and sprawl life.
For where?
They're not specified for anywhere. They're not specialised.
So any knowledge skills like sprawl life, street gans, and street knowledge needs to be specified. So I think somebody like FaZe
I've got street sprawl south side.
Yeah.
Isn't Hector wasn't his apartment like in the north and south side or something, the posh end?
It's just on the outskirts.
So yours is more likely to be for the north or south side.
Okay.
Because that's where you live.
No problem.
Okay,
That's right.
go for it.
What am I doing? Sprawl life.
Sprawl life, yeah.
And I need 4 successes.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen on 8 dice. Oh, it doesn't pull it off.
So you don't. Yeah, you do find a motel. It's just that it's not near to the safe house, so you can't sort of like check the safe house at the same time. That's what we're rolling. It's not. Oh, Can we find a motel? There is a motel, but it's actually not near there. And I'll put it on for you.
Billy Bob Go Safe House.
It's actually there.
Bloody miles away. Right, we're gonna head to there. We're not gonna risk the safe house.
Okay, that's cool.
Is your cred stick linked to your fake ID?
We've been through it. I didn't say when I bought it because I didn't know you had to. So in Wills has said yes. Basically, it's linked to whatever he decides, whether it's linked to my fake account or if it's linked to my normal SIM. I didn't say. So it's GM's discretion.
You know, seeing that I was living on the streets at the start, I don't know, I wouldn't be simmed at all, would I?
No, you were. If you're not sinned, then you can't even have a comlink working. You would need,
and you wouldn't be able to join the. You wouldn't be able to be in the army
or anything like that.
Fair. Yeah. I became homeless after I got kicked out of the army.
Right, we're gonna head to the motel. We're gonna use that rather than the safe house.
Okay,
it's only a couple of blocks away.
Yeah. Okay then. So I mean, in this part of town, people are quite used to sort of like drunken people coming in and out, and they sort of like comment to you and said, make sure your friend doesn't is not sick on any of the furniture, etc. Otherwise, you'll lose some of your money in that sort of like aspect. They charge you a meager sort of like 90 credits for one night. They are quite the guy behind the counter does sort of like eye you very suspiciously, mainly because of the combination that sort of like coming into the motel, and he sort of like eyes you, and you almost like see him trying to remember something. He sort of like, he keeps going, yeah, and he's sort of like almost like distracted as he takes your money. He only has double rooms.
Can I judge his intentions whilst he's doing it? Can I?
Yeah, by all means.
Beat me to it, Trigger. I had my mouse hovered over the button.
Yeah, you think he's absolutely fine. You think he just looks a little bit, you know, I mean, who else would look weird when an elf, an orc, a tattooed man bring a young lad who's drunk into a motel? You know,
happens all the time.
Happens all the time. And so there's twin rooms. So I presume you want to buy two?
Yeah. We'll buy two, but use one. Yeah,
so that'll be 180 credits for the night. And he sort of like shows you to a room and sort of like give you your pass keys in this load time area to sort of like lock the door. And then after that, I think that is when Hector's going to try and walk and get a taxi and drive off. Is that the next thing that's going to happen?
Hector was going to walk, trying to avoid being followed from the motel to Sallyside Wonders, and then from Sallyside Wonders he's going to get a taxi to Runner's Place.
Okay then. And during that time, what is Billy Bob and Faze going to be doing?
Faze is going to be he's going to stick Rupert on a bed.
Yeah.
And he's going to start doing some matrix searches to see whether or not he can find out information what's happened over the last couple of hours.
Okay then. And what is Billy Bob doing anything specific?
Billy Bob's probably just going to stand guard.
Okay then. So we've literally got like 3 hours to kill now, haven't we? So, so the first thing that happens if you do some computer checking. So what do you want to find out?
I mean, to begin with, I want to start. I want to start checking any bulletin boards of anything that's been mentioned recently about, even maybe checking that Hermit's website as well, the one that you were talking about the other day, to see whether or not, again, there's anything. I mean, we've got the guy's name, Rupert. We've also got the sister's name, which we'll. Which I'll Jasmine as well. We'll check that.
You sort of like decide that probably the best thing to search under, which is what Mr. Johnson's been referring to it a lot more.
The cargo.
The cargo. So you search underneath the word cargo. Okay, go for it.
Okay, I'm just going to have to swatch. I'm going to switch my my things around just to give me a bit of better data processing. So my data processing will be 6 for the process of this. So matrix search. Is it a normal test, or am I extending it?
No, just like computer plus logic.
Can Billy Bob rest up so he can get some points back?
Oh my God.
Nice one. Wow. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. You'll probably be able to get stun damage back if you got stun damage, but that's probably it. I don't think you have stun damage, do you, Billy Bob?
I have no. I've just got full physical.
Yeah, so that would take a lot longer than sort of like hours. So that would actually take days. So it would take the number of days. You do your body times 2 as an extended test, and that's the number of days you would take to get it back. So each additional hit, each hit on that roll, you would get 1 box back per day.
How long is it going to be before me being able to do another search as a negative?
Yeah, well,
we've got 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. In any case, despite that roll, nothing comes up about the cargo. Nothing at all. There seems to be nothing on the internet at all. You can roll it again with -2 if you wish, straight away. Just to double check it. Hector, can you roll a perception check, please?
We've got 2 successes that time.
Definitely. There is nothing on the Matrix, nothing on the Hermit site, nothing anywhere about the cargo. There is nothing that mentions the cargo at all. On any social media site, on any of your work sites, nothing. Absolutely nothing. Hector, as you head off to Sally Sidewinders, you have this feeling that you're being followed.
Okay. In that case, Hector is going to send a quick message over his comlink saying, I think I'm being followed, might be a little bit longer. And he's going to duck into Sunnyside Winders and then get out.
You're not there
back.
yet. You're not there yet.
Okay, but when he does, he's instead of waiting to get a taxi and getting a taxi straight from Sunnyside Winders, he's going to duck in, see if the person who he thinks is following him comes in.
Sally Sidewinders is not open yet because it's only coming around to early in the morning. And being a club, it sort of like opens about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But you actually get a glimpse of who is following you, and it seems to be a young girl that is dressed in white, that has long black hair, and she, every time you sort of like look behind you, you get a quick glance of her before she disappears.
Okay. Hector is going to say, instead of saying what he said, he's going to say over his comlink, that ghost girl's back. she's following me. And then he's going to carry on with. Sorry, did someone say something?
No. Chuggerwugger started to say something, but then he stopped.
Okay, but then he's going to keep an eye out for her, but he's going to carry on with as much of his plan as he can.
So
he's
obviously,
decided the risk of getting more weapons is more important.
okay then, yeah, okay,
For the moment,
no worries
anyway.
at all.
If he sees her again after he's got the weapons, he might say they're going to meet in a different place. He might say, "I'll meet you here instead," or something.
When
Okay,
when Hector
yeah.
says that he's been followed, I'm going to say, "Can you lose him?"
It was the ghost girl that's following Hector.
Can you lose her?
She appears and disappears. Don't know. I think she's following me in a different way.
No, that's not good. Everyone can get back with the weapons, though. We need those more than you.
Okay,
I mean, we need those as well.
okay then. So I'm going to push Hector on an hour, and then I'll come back to Billy Bob and FaZe and whether to see what you want to do as yours. So Hector, you sort of like get round to Sally Winders, and just quite luckily that there is a cab driver just down the road from Sally Winders who agrees to take you back to your runner's place. And it's quite spooky because you get in the taxi and you head off. And as you look out the window, every now and again you drive past a street. And in the street or in a doorway, you see this girl. All the way up to the runner's place.
Okay. Every time that he sees that, because he's got a micro camera in his contact lenses,
Yeah.
he's going to take a picture of the girl and the street name, and then he's going to use his AR gloves to say she's still following, and then send it to Chuggerwugger's comlink. No, not Chuggerwugger, FaZe's comlink. Sorry.
Okay then, and you arrive at the runner's house, at your apartment, and you get out the taxi, and you actually see her outside your place, and then you go through the door, and I think you have an apartment up on the third floor or second floor, I think, in that corner, and even when you're going down, you suddenly get this feeling that something's behind you, and you look around, and for a moment you see us in the corridor, just as you're sort of like opening your apartment door. Okay, let's zip back to the motel. Okay, so is there anything, Billy Bob? And we've got an hour here.
Okay, so after FaZe has finished off doing his searches on the Matrix for anything that he can find, he's going to spend. I take it Rupert's still unconscious.
Yeah, completely.
He's going to spend a bit more time having a look at Rupert. He's going to see whether or not there's any marks on him, where other stuff might have been implanted. He wants to see, I don't know whether or not he's going to search him thoroughly. He wants to see whether or not there could be anything else that could be causing these electrical disturbances when he put something.
Okay, so roll your medical skill.
My first aid?
No. Do you have a medical skill?
No.
What does medical cascade to? What does medicine cascade to?
Logic? Well, first aid cascades to logic.
And I think medicine's more of a. Because you're going beyond medicine, aren't you? That's what I was thinking. You're going beyond first aid. You're not trying to sort of like patch him up.
I'm not trying to do anything to him. I'm just seeing whether or not he might have any sort of like scars where something might have been implanted.
Yeah. So medicine is logic, but it normally doesn't default. But I'm going to let you default on it because you've got first aid. It's
more of a seeing whether or not I can gather information about where he might have come from as well, sort of like labels in on his clothes, anything like that.
Right, so you need to decide, do you want to do a medicine check or do you want to do a perception check?
I think it's going to be more of a perception check. I want to...
Okay, that's fine.
Am I at any modifiers?
No, you can just roll it. Yeah, he just seems to have this, like previously mentioned, he seems to have this chameleon-like suit on. There seems to be no distinguishing marks on it. There's no labels. There's no washing labels or this was provided by labels. It just seems to be a very skin-tight, chameleon-type suit.
Can we take him out of the chameleon suit?
There appears to be a zip at the back. If you want to start undressing him, that's up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to see whether or not I can get the chameleon suit off him.
Yeah, well, there's a zip at the back, so you can sort of like maneuver him around. Do you want to take the suit completely off him?
Yeah, I'm going down the route of maybe there's something in the actual suit that's causing the the electrical things to malfunction and things to happen.
Okay, so
you can have a chameleon suit that has sort of like electrical.
Yeah, got you. So you sort of like you unzip him and you take him out. It's a bit of a faff getting his legs and arms out of this suit. It's not exactly a chameleon suit. It just seems to be very almost like lycra tight, but offering him some protection as well. And he's got like tighty whities on underneath it. And
whilst I'm doing that, I'm also going to put a call into Hector's comlink and say bring a set of a spare set of clothes as well.
Yeah, so
Hector,
you get this as you're traveling to the apartment, and you just sort of like get him so the guy's sort of like almost like naked on the bed. When there's suddenly a rap at the door, it's all like at the apartment door.
I'll look at Billy Bob.
Yeah, do you have the spy holes in the?
No, not in this low. You have one of those chains that you put across, but when you lift it up, you find that the little circular thing is not on it. So you can open it slightly if you wish and sort of like have a peep around.
Who needs a chain when you've got an orb that's built like a brick house?
So I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. Billy Bob's gonna have his hand blade out, and he's gonna open the door slowly.
Where?
And if any.
Okay, tell me where his hand blade is.
Is in his right hand behind the door.
Okay, then yeah.
So.
And if anybody,
and if anyone goes to attack or is threatening in any way, he's gonna.
Okay, and how far are you going to open the door?
Just enough to stick my head through just enough to see if they're threatening or there's someone there that's with a weapon or whatever.
Okay, so
when FaZe sees Billy Bob activating his hand blade, he's going to draw his pistol.
Okay, so you open the door and you've got your hand blade down one side, so you're opening with your left hand, and you open it a bit, and outside the doorway, there's two law enforcers. And they sort of like look at you and says, "Evening."
Billy Bob said, "Hello, officer."
Can we come in?
Billy Bob's going to look back at FaZe.
FaZe is just shaking his head.
Billy Bob says, "No."
The law enforcers, two of them, turn around and they say, "Let me rephrase the question. Please let us in."
No.
Okay, so you notice that the law enforcers sort of like step back away from the door, sort of like putting a little bit of distance in between you and them. Hang on a minute, I just need to...
Oh, this is going to go wrong, isn't it?
I just need to see what they're going to bring out. And you notice that they sort of like bring out, they just sort of like back off a bit and sort of like bring out their, they don't bring them out yet, they've just got their hands on their Ares predators, which is common for law enforcers, and say, "Sir, Mr. Orc, sir, will you open the door?"
Billy Bob looks back at FaZe again.
Who else is in there? They seem to be sort of like trying to peer around the door. Sir, Mr. Orc, sir, stand back from the door. We would hate for this to become unpleasant.
FaZe is going to stick away his pistol and he's going to go up to the door.
Okay.
And he's going to come around so that they can obviously see that he's not armed. He's going to say, "What's the problem?"
Hi, sir. We'd like to come into the room.
Can I see some ID?
Yeah. They send you across their law enforcer pass. Roll
Okay, so
roll computer and intuition.
Oh, intuition.
Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, it looks completely real. Both of them. You're actually talking to Sergeant Smith, and the lady is actually a lady, although it's hard to tell in the law enforcer's uniform, is a Constable Latrice.
Okay, so I'm going to say, what's the problem? Is there now a crime for renting a hotel room?
We've had some reports that you have injured or unwilling
Or
person
drunk?
with you.
Or drunk?
So if he's drunk, then we can just see him and then we can be on our way.
Yeah, he's just had a shower and he's in bed now. This is why there's so much crime on the streets. It's you lot doing stupid jobs like this just because somebody's had a complaint of a drunken person.
Excellent. So are you going to let us in, sir?
Well, one of you can come in and look. It doesn't take two of you to observe a drunk person in the bed, does it?
Well, stand away from the door then. Both of you.
I'll just open the door so that they can see him.
Well, the one who's obviously the sergeant, he moves to come into the door. He's still got his hand on his Ares Predator hilt of his on his grip, so it's ready to almost like draw it if he needs to. Are you letting him come right the way into the room?
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on him. If he draws his gun, then I'm going to have to take action.
Okay,
So I'm going to delay my action, and if he draws his gun or make any attempt to
yeah,
harm.
I think it might be. I think in this situation, if they are going to be aggressive, it's probably that you see what I mean. You're both probably delaying your actions.
Yeah.
So it'll probably go down to initiative in any case. You know. So he sort of like walks over to the bed and looks at the Rupert on the bed. Then he turns around to you both, so he's actually in the room now, and he looks at you both and says, "Thank you. This is exactly who," and he uses that phrase, "who we
As
will."
soon as he says that, I'm going to activate my quick draw holster.
It's
my
exactly
quick draw.
who we were looking for.
My blade comes out, or Hector, Billy Bob's blade
Okay,
comes
then
out.
let's have some. We probably I displace now. Right, hang on. Let me move on to this. What?
Where's the female officer?
She's in the corridor.
Right.
Actually, I'm not going to draw my gun. What furniture is there around?
So I'm just going to move you onto a makeshift apartment to start off with, because I'm just getting rid of these
Good cleaning
cleaners.
staff.
I know, very good cleaning staff.
Cleaning stuff in that motel?
Let me just grab you from here, because I only need to grab a couple of you, and let's get you on here. Yeah. Oh, I think you've just been knocked out. Right. So
Whiskey River, you legend.
remember these walls. Oh, can you see where we are?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these walls don't exist. Okay. So none of
Which
the
walls?
These.
Right. Okay.
So this is the bed that Rupert's on.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So Billy Bob would
How
be.
much of it is ours? Is it just up to here
Yeah.
and here,
Correct. Yeah.
and that's the front door?
And that's the front door. So Billy Bob would be here. I'll just move you. It would be here. Okay. So FaZe, you would be there or further back?
Yeah. Just yeah. There will do. Sorry.
I didn't know whether or not
Weird.
you. Sorry, I didn't know whether or not you thought that you were more here.
No.
Billy Bob would be-
No. There's fine.
Okay.
The one.
I'm
Right.
snapped to grid. So
Yeah, just use Alt then.
Oh, is it alt?
Alt will allow you to move off it, and then let me just bring in my law enforcers. Now these are going to be massive when they come on, so don't panic.
They're not giants.
Yeah, they're not actually giants. I've managed to. So this guy is here.
we don't see him yet. Oh yeah. Then we do. We do now.
He's tiny.
Tiny.
And this guy, the girl, is still here. Okay, so the police enforcer is police enforcer 1, and so I'll just make him a little bit bigger so he's the same as you. There you go, and this is the woman outside. Okay, so let's have some initiative, guys.
Oh no. All goes to pot of initiative.
You know, you tend to be quite good with initiative, I think.
20 again.
High five, Big Beastie.
Let me just get.
I got 8.
High five. Triple.
I just need to get these people on. So so this is number 2. And this is number 1.
No, number 2's disappeared when you rolled number 1.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
sorry. What was number 2? Was it?
10.
It's 10.
Number 2 was 10. So it's because I didn't have the token selected. Oh, there you go.
The other one was 9, wasn't it? You got 2 10s.
No,
on there.
no, he's all right. He's having an extra 1 so that they can both go before me.
Which one was 9? Oh, yes, sorry, yeah.
Number 2.
Police
Number 2 was
enforcer.
9.
What?
Oh, this
Oh,
doesn't
Yeah, no,
matter.
police enforcer 1 was 9.
9.
Police enforcer 2 was 10.
Yeah, that's it. Cool.
Billy Bob's got 2 actions to. He's got 3 actions to take 2 people out.
Right. Okay then.
First-
So you're up first, Billy Bob.
First thing Billy Bob's going to do is kick the door shut.
Okay.
On,
So
on
simple
this.
action. Yeah. Door shut.
And then he's going to.
Hand blade is already out.
Yeah. So is he too far away for him to?
Well, you could probably move a bit and then whack him with it if you
Okay.
wish.
So that's what I'll do then. I'll come up. I'm guessing behind him. I don't know.
No, because
And-
he turned round and to face outside. So
Right. Okay.
go for it.
So hand blade.
Hand blade time.
Situation modifier.
Nothing.
Is that nothing? Okay.
No. And on, oh no, that's all right. Yeah, because it's taken into account you wound.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
6
6 successes.
successes. So here's my dodgy wodgy. 2. So that's going to be what's it?
13p.
Is it 9?
13p.
13p. Thank you. So therefore, this is my armor. Is it -2?
Yeah.
AP, yeah, 13. So we're looking at 13. Takes it
One
down.
dead.
Yeah. So actually takes you sort of like whack the law enforcer with your hand blade, and he is deaded and bleeding out. Okay,
So
he's
Billy Bob
out.
just jabs it right in his throat.
Okay, you hear outside, because it's police enforcers 2 goes now. You hear just roll perception, both of you.
Oh,
Officer
perception.
down. Officer down.
Yeah.
She doesn't know that.
Yeah, you do hear outside some kind of talking, and then you hear a shot fired at the lock area of the door. So it's as if she's probably thought that it's locked. So she's drawn a weapon on a simple action and then let loose a shot out of a gun for at the lock, and you hear it sort of like splinter where the lock was on 10. 9, he's dead. So he can't,
Had he got his gun out or not?
this guy,
The one that's dead.
no.
Had he managed to clear his gun?
No. So 8 is you, FaZe.
I'm going to grab his gun from his holster as he goes down.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's. Does it come to life? I mean, I know I won't get my smart gun or anything like that.
It's smart gun. It's smart gun enabled, but
Yeah, but it won't communicate with
No,
mine
not
because
at
it's
all.
not. But it can. I can fire it if needs be.
Oh yes, you can fire it if
Yeah.
you've got the skill.
Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to be crouched down. I'm going to take aim at the door, but I won't be able to do anything because the other one's going to be classed as like drawing a weapon.
Yeah, you can fire through the wall if you wish.
Well, actually, I know I'm going to draw the gun, and as long as if it comes to life, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to fire a shot where I think I last saw.
Okay, so you're going to be firing blind.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're going to have -6.
right.
And then it's what you'll need to do is actually overcome the actual structure. So the actual structure of the the actual structure of the wall will have a roll with its armor, and then it's a bit like, you remember firing through the fence.
I don't think we need to go that far, to be honest with you.
Okay then. Do you want
because yeah, I'm at -6 for this roll, so
Yeah.
and I'm only rolling 7 dice,
All right. Go for it then.
so the chances are I'm going to critically glitch.
You could pre-edge it. No, you didn't glitch.
No, to pre-edge it, you need edge.
All right, you got no edge. Okay then. Okay then. So we now need to change our initiatives. And Billy Bob, you've got, or Billy Bob, it's all down to you now. So FaZe is out of it. Police Enforcer 2 is out of it.
So Billy Bob's gonna open the door and release a strike.
Yeah, so what you're going to have to do that on 1, because opening the door will be a simple action, and to actually hit with your your hand blade is a complex action. So you won't actually have it. So on 10, you would actually open the door and sort of like get up to her.
Right.
And then we would change initiatives. You would actually change initiatives then. And then you would... sorry, yeah, I did that wrong. So I changed it as well.
Right.
Well, no, what were you at then? 10?
I was at 10.
Yeah, so that would be it. Because it would literally be 0. And you won't get another action. So now, now we would actually... If you had 1 left, you could actually do something.
I think you get an extra free action. I think that's what it is if you get down to 0.
So you can say, die, bitch.
Yeah.
If you wish.
So,
Excellent. Okay then. So we are down now to initiatives, guys.
Wait, what?
Need something.
Situation ladder for initiative.
Yeah, you won't have
Did you
any.
click the right thing?
You probably clicked
Shouldn't
something
come
else.
up situation
Oh,
modifier.
Yeah, that's all
I
right.
think I might have pressed dodge or
It's all
soap.
right. Yeah, that's initiative 14. Yeah.
Not very good, but
Okay, so you're up first on 14, Billy Bob.
So he's gonna do the exact same thing and punch her in the face.
So this is this your hand blade?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Oh.
Ooh, 2. Right. She doesn't dodge it, so you're on 10 10p. So this is her absorb. It's at -2, I think. Yeah. So you're at 10p at the moment, and she gets 2 successes. So you're down. She's down to 8p. Okay. Now it's her turn. So she's already got her gun out. Okay. So she's going to aim and fire. So she'll have +1 to her.
Okay. Do I get a dodge or?
Yeah, just in a second. See, I've rolled it again. Wait, do your
Just wait.
dodge. Because I don't want to roll it again because it's going to come up in a second. I know it is. So you got 4 on your dodge. It's going to come up. All of a sudden, it'll just come up because I've rolled it.
Just click something random.
Yeah, I'm just going to click number 1 because we know that that's dead. See, I've clicked it again and nothing's coming up.
Have you sure you got the right thing?
Yeah. I'll just refresh.
My ear. Oh, someone went. Oh, okay. Oh, that would have been the refresh.
Okay, so it's not come up. So this is my to hit roll now then. So what
She
do you
got a
get?
one.
You got 4 successes, yeah? Do you get 4 successes? Yeah. Okay.
But she got a 1, didn't she?
Oh, it's not rolling again.
Get off my screen.
Right. Okay. I'm just going to roll it normally.
Right.
Does she have any wounds?
Yeah, I just punched. Oh no.
No, she's only taken 2 points. Oh no, 8 she's taken, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Did she take 8? So she'll be at -2. Okay, then. So it's going to be 7 minus 2. It's going to be 5. Okay, 5. Here we go.
Came up that time.
3.
3. Okay, so you actually dodged that roll because you got 4 successes. So that's a dodge on her her shot. Phase, you're up.
I'm going to take aim with this other, and I've just accidentally dropped out of roll 20.
You have. Tell me what you're going to do.
I'm going to take aim, and I'm going to shoot the gun out of her hand.
Billy Bob's in the doorway.
Can I get a shot past him?
No.
I'm going to delay my action, and if Billy Bob goes down, or if I can get a shot off, then I'm going to take it. If I can, I'm going to do a called shot, and I'm going to try to shoot the gun out of her hand.
So it'd be -4. Then you decide on your action if you hit from there. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So people, we need to change initiatives now.
There we go. It worked. It worked.
Okay. So Billy Bob, you're up.
Okay. So he's going to do his hand job again. Hand job in the face. 6 successes.
6. Okay then. So I'm now at -2 for my dodge roll. So that's 7. -2. You go.
2.
Yeah. So 4.
So you're looking at
13p. Yeah. So this is my armor. Is it -2 or yeah, -2? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it 13? Which
Yeah,
takes
so
it down
9.
to 9, which will actually kill her because she's already got 8.
So Billy Bob wants to drag her inside at the same time. He's got his fist in her face with the blade, and he wants to, as she's falling dead, he wants to pull her inside the room.
Yeah, there's an opportunity to pull her. She drops a gun, but you can quite easily pick that up and sort of like bring her into the room with you. The door now, the lock is broken, but you do have the room next door to you if you wish to, because you remember you bought 2 rooms.
But there's been at least 2 gunshots going off, hasn't there?
At least.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to, as soon as that's done, FaZe is going to. What are these cops wearing? Can I put something? Can I use, I don't know, a shirt or something to cover up?
They're wearing full law enforcers uniform.
Right. I suppose there's a. Can I have a look out the window to see whether or not there's a car parked anywhere? Can I see a?
Yeah, there's a law enforcer car parked outside the front of the motel.
So they're definitely law enforcers. But I want to try to. I want to try to get a. I want to try to get something on Rupert, even if I have to put this. I don't know, banana suit that he was wearing.
You could probably
back
get the
on him.
bottom half on quite easily, and then put a law enforcer top over him if you wish.
I'll do. We'll do that. But I mean, times at the end. No, I'm just going to put the banana suit back on. I'm not going to bother stripping the law enforcers.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Once I've done that, I'm going to the gun that I was using. I'm going to
The Predator, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to take into. Is there like a little kitchen?
Yeah, it should be at the back there. Here.
Right.
Sorry.
So-
here, look. Just by
Okay,
Law
so I'm
Enforcer
going-
1.
Okay, so I'm gonna stick it in the sink. I'm gonna have a look underneath. Is there any type of detergent or anything like that?
No, that doesn't come with the room. But
Okay,
there's probably
is
hot
there,
water.
is there like a little cooker, anything like that?
yeah, just
Something that I
next to
can.
it. Just here.
Okay, so
Stick it in
I'm
the
going
microwave.
to I'm going to eject the clip on it, making sure that I don't touch the clip, and then I'm going to I want to try to set fire to the actual pistol somehow.
Well, you're probably the best bet is to put it over the hot plate and then turn it on.
Yeah, I'll pop it over the hot bar. Make sure that the bullet's out of the chamber as well.
Is this
But
both
then once
of them?
it's no, just the one that I used.
Okay then, yeah.
Because I'm thinking it's going to have my fingerprints on it, so I want to put it onto that just to get rid of my fingerprints. Once we've done that, I'm going to go and I'm going to grab Rupert and say, "But right, we need to get out of here," and head out. We're like sitting ducks now.
You get a comm message from Mr. Johnson as you leave this place, asking you why you haven't arrived at the safe house and if is there anything wrong that he can help with.
We're going to have to go to the safe house. I'll tell you, we're heading there now. We ran into some problems with law enforcement. People died. Other people.
Again.
Law enforcement people.
Stupid coppers.
And I'm going to head in the general direction of the safe house, and I'm sorry, the safe house that Tutrol Johnson gave us, and I'm going to send a message to Hector saying that there's been a change of plan.
Okay.
Billy Bob killed a couple of police officers, and we're heading to the safe house.
Billy Bob, not sorry.
You should be in the safe house now.
Oh, did we make it?
Can you?
So there's a first floor and a second floor.
Yeah. First floor and second floor.
Can we have a token for Rupert?
Oh, do you
At
want
least
one?
we know where
yeah.
we left him.
Yeah, sorry, by all means.
Left him in the sewers, I think.
I'll use the Jesus
It
one.
turned out he was carrying around
Yeah.
a big rat.
Yes.
He's tiny.
Tiny Jesus.
There you go.
Mini Jesus.
Dog.
Snoop Dogg. There's some bedrooms upstairs.
Right, we'll take him upstairs to one of
Well,
the.
hang on. I'll.
All right,
Is that-
sorry.
Is that a basement?
Do your talky bit.
No. I was going to. What I'm going to do is.
Had some people in here with weapons.
No, you should be able to. Just 1 second. You should now be able to move him,
Yeah.
and he's got a name. Everybody should be able to move.
Rupert. Everybody's got a name now.
Go to bed, Rupert.
Really? Who's put him in that room?
Mm.
The one with the windows? Put him in the one without the windows.
He's in the closet. It's fine.
Put him in there.
Okay.
And then people can't get into him.
So you arrive at the safe house, Billy Bob and Faith. This is still within the 3 hours, by the way. That combat probably lasted seconds, if that. You arrive at the safe house and you get a message from Two Troll Johnson, who says, he says, "Welcome to the safe house." He says, "I'm on the way." He says, "We need to sort out the next step. Please keep the cargo safe."
I'll say, bring weapons.
Okay, and he just says, he doesn't even reply to it. He just sort of like turns it off. So he might have heard it, you don't know.
Can I, Billy Bob, keep an eye out for people. You were supposed to be doing that last time. You were supposed to be.
He did.
keeping
He
an eye
answered
out
the
for
door.
people.
Okay, guys,
Hello?
we are going to end it there for the night because it's 10:10. So we're going to leave it just so you know when we start the next adventure next week. What's going to happen is this:
Johnson's going to come.
Hector, you will be ready to. You will have collected all the weapons and will be starting your hour trip back down to here. And FaZe and Billy Bob, Two Troll Johnson, will arrive here. Okay, so you'll know then what's going to happen. I think the interesting thing that is going to be a hard decision next is what you're going to do with a £900,000 credit cargo.
Sell him.
I know that.
Sell him.
Okay,
Three-way
so
split.
let me just give you the opportunity, guys, to tell people where they can find you and for the next week. So Chuggerwugger, you can go first.
I'm Chuggerwugger. You can find me here on Tuesdays for Shadowrun. You can also find me here on every alternate Monday.
So next
for,
Monday. Yeah, next Monday.
Yeah, RuneQuest, where I play Gully, the Sorcerer's Apprentice, I like to call him. And you can also find me in Will's channel, where I hang out and moderate from time to time.
Thank you very much for that as well.
No, it's
Okay,
my pleasure.
and Longshanks.
Hi guys, I'm Longshanks EPG. You can find me in this channel every other Monday playing RuneQuest, where I play the warrior/tank Hengist, who's also known as Hengist the Decapitator, Hengist the Delimmer, and Hengist the Snake Killer. You can also find me every Tuesday playing Shadowrun, as we are tonight, where I play Hector. You can also find me in this channel every Saturday playing D&D, where I play a human druid.
Yeah,
And change into a bear and other animals,
excellent.
which is really cool. So,
And finally, Big Beastie.
I am Big Beastie, and you can find me in my channel streaming. Other than that, you can find me in Will's channel on a alternate Monday playing Mithras. I'm not going to give you the name. You can come by and check him out. You can find me here.
You've forgotten, haven't you? You've forgotten his name.
Briggs.
Briggs.
Briggs. You would know that with an arrow, bow and arrow.
Bazooka. God, sorry.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Anything else, Big Beastie?
Saturday D&D.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll have everybody here this week, and so we can.
Yeah.
Hopefully you will.
Yeah,
Actually
because
play.
Longshanks isn't getting drunk this Saturday, so Longshanks will
yeah.
be there.
And Clout was poorly, so that was 2 down. Because basically, if we're 2 down, we don't play. If we're 1 down, we play. But if we're 2 down, then we don't play. Then that's it. So
I wasn't
hopefully,
feeling.
no, you weren't feeling too good.
No, you weren't
either,
either.
yeah.
I was still willing to play.
Yeah, so
You're a soldier. That's why, Big. You're a soldier.
You're a big soldier. So anyway, I've been in Wilson. I've been GMing for these 3 prime Shadowrunners in the world of Shadowrun in London in Southside. So if you would like to see what they're going to do with the hot cargo, then by all means come along next Tuesday at 7 o'clock on this channel. If you would like to catch up with any of the previous events, then do head over to the YouTube channel where you can see all the past adventures. I put them all in playlists so you don't have to search through everything, but by all means do go along and have a look. I will be back on Thursday with a bit of Final Fantasy 14 that I've started to play, and then as they said, we'll be back Saturday. I'll be playing ESO in the afternoon, followed by Dungeons and Dragons on the evening. But if you are in any doubt about what I'm playing and when, then if you just look below here, you'll find all the events set up for this week, so you can come and have a look. So I hope you've enjoyed tonight's adventure, and I hope you wish them luck for what's going to happen next.
I do.
Yeah, because I think they might just need it. So without further ado, I would just like to say to each and every one of you, have fun, and I'll catch you all later. And until then, consider yourself well and truly waffled. Have fun, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.